I'm unsure of the path that I should take. Management or strategy consulting or investment banking or joining institutions like the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund. Which one or all in sequence would be logical? Okay, and you're saying here your background is IT consulting and product management. Okay, I know the answer. Whatever doesn't feel like a job to you. Whatever you enjoy doing. And if you're not sure if you'd enjoy it or not, then I want you to network. I want you to network. Read my book, go to harounventures.com. It's free. Read this book and I'll teach you how to network and meet with people that work at the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Meet with people that work at the World Bank. Meet with people that work at McKinsey and Consulting or Boston Consulting Group. Meet with people that work in investment banking at Morgan Stanley or Goldman Sachs. Meet with them and ask them about their jobs and see if it sounds interesting. And when I went down to Wall Street, I remember I used to go down there and set up day-long, lots of meetings in one day, okay, and networking meetings. And I would shadow people. I sat down with this guy that worked at Morgan Stanley. I remember this. It was in 1998. I flew down and I networked and I met him and I shadowed him for a day. And I asked. Ask and you will receive. But you got to ask, okay? And you got to network to get these meetings. And the worst thing you can possibly do is go into a career for the wrong reasons. You always have to ask yourself, not only what do I want to do in life, but why? Why do I want to do that? Why? And if it's just to make a lot of money, then you're going to crash and burn. You're going to crash and burn. You got to do what you love doing, because if you chase money, you lose your dreams and your money. If you chase your dreams, as long as you're okay with failing a couple times, not only will your dreams come true, but the money will come accidentally. So please fail more than a couple times, because with every failure, you get closer and closer to success. And so I don't want you to be worried about perception, what other people think of you. And I'm not just singling you out in this. This is everybody in the call, myself included. I don't want you to care what other people think of you. I'm not telling you to be reckless or disingenuous or rude, but I just want you to, just care about what I think of myself. Because if you live your life for other people, then you'll never be happy. You'll never be happy. A lot of people go to law school or become engineers or doctors because their parents wanted them to. And of course, it's really important to be respectful of your parents. It's one of the 10 big rules we have to live by, whatever. But I want you to just focus on what makes you happy in life and be really careful, please, with investment banking, because every business school student, be it undergraduate or graduate business school student, they want to become an investment banker. Sorry, that was an accident. But they don't know why. Why do they want to be an investment banker? What is it you like about it? Is it the money? Please don't do it for the money. Because you know what? You're going to make the same amount per hour or less than your buddies do in other industries, because you'll be working crazy hours and you won't be happy. You can try it if you want for a couple years, but then get it out of the way and move on to something else. Unless you love it, then keep doing it. But I don't advise that people work in big investment banks or consulting firms if they want to have kids. And I'm so sorry if any of you out there work for big consulting firms or investment banks and you have kids. The reason I say that is because I remember when I was at Accenture, we had to travel a lot. Consulting is like being in the army. You go to the client site, wherever it is. It's like going to the war. You don't fight the battle on your own turf. The same thing with investment bankers as well. So just make sure you understand consulting. Just make sure you understand why you want to do it, and make sure it's not about the money. Make sure you enjoy it. And I also want you to think longer term. What do you want to do? So Akil, if you want to work at you mentioned the World Bank and maybe the IMF or International Monetary Fund, I want you to think about the long-term goal. Why do I want to work there? Do you want to be the Minister of Finance in whatever country you're from? Or do you want to be the Federal Reserve if in the United States? The international equivalent in other countries is the MOF, Minister of Finance, like in Canada, as well as Japan, or the Bank of whatever. If you're in England, the Bank of England, or the European Central Bank, ECB. Just understand what you want to do longer term. Will this help you get closer to your goals or not? So anyway, those are my humble thoughts. If you have follow-up questions on that, please let me know.